What is going on, ladies and gents? Happy BTL Monday, episode 234 piece. Hold the damn fry as always. Joined by your guys, Krabs and Jovan, who has recently graduated college. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
They said it couldn't be done. The over-under 4 years. It was holding on that line damn near the entire time, and it stuck, and it was a good line. It was. Congratulations for all Jovan push betters. Okay, that line was set. Javon's not messing around. Okay, he's not taking a victory lap. He doesn't need it.
Yeah, no victory laps. No victory laps. 4 years is good enough for me. So glad to be done. We can fully lock in now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm excited for the future, my man. I really am. And chats, I'm excited about today. We've got a ton to go over. We've got NBA playoffs that have been crazy. We've got NHL playoffs that have been bonkers. I mean, last night's game, that under, sure, great bet. Did not cash with the open nets at the end. And then McDavid under goal, sure. That was maybe the worst prize picks and straight bets combo in the history of bets ever. We move. Okay, NHL's been cake chats. We're going to talk about the game tonight, though. Game 7 down in Dallas. Welcome to the real world, bro. Hard to stay afloat with all the cake been dishing out. Sure.
Wow.
Sure. Yeah, good luck out there. Good luck out there, Jovan.
Yeah, I did it.
Awesome. Chat, sorry we're not on the cool background, cool interface today. We had some technical difficulties, but we're firing up the old Streamlabs, StreamYard. We're getting it out there on Twitter, okay, today. I hope you guys are happy to find some winners today. And no, we're not betting on Patrick Corbin case. I'm just going to go ahead and get that out there right now. We're not doing it. I saw that today, set at 4. Yeah, I don't want to hear it either. I really don't, Trent. I'm with you, man. I'm not betting it. I have a way nastier square that we're going to get to in a little bit, chat. Way nastier, if that's even possible. Mm-hmm. Did you see that line? Did you see my best bets?
Yeah, I think I did. You got some stones. That honestly might take more stones than continuously betting the NHL unders.
100%. It is what it is. You know, we'll get to it in a little bit, chat, but it might make you throw up. Okay, so viewer discretion is advised when we get to that play. But for now, Jovan, we've got plenty to talk about, plenty to unpack from the weekend. We had a pretty boring game last night, not going to lie. Let's go over the recap, though, from Friday. Okay, you deserve your props. Squad ride cash, chat. Better late than never. Shout out Kenley Jensen for blowing 2 saves back-to-back after everyone was acting like he was the greatest closer of all time, celebrating his 400 save. Sure. You guys can't see me? Yep. Great wager. That's a great wager, chat. And it was never in doubt, and it smacked. So that's a W. And then we had Jovan taking round 2 of the head-to-head. Oh, that's the cake report from Friday. We don't even need to go over that. Okay. Jovan barely squeaking out a win. I mean, Luis Robert had the greatest week out of any player in baseball, put up a 49 piece. It didn't even matter. Jovan, because Logan Webb absolutely dealt against the Nats, and Randy got hot.
Randy.
I'll tip my cap. Okay. W's for week 2, Jovan, another win, but I'm coming for a vengeance in week 3. All right. We've got some plays, guys. We got some players we've picked out for the week that we think are going to ball. So contest aside, all right, you guys should be targeting these dudes we pick, this week on Prize Picks, plain and simple, because they've been balling. Overall, we're putting up 100 points a week. Sure. I bet if we took entries on these guys almost every night, we're making money. We're picking good dudes. You're just picking better dudes. Plain and simple.
Sometimes. Some might say.
Plain and simple.
But
Krabs week 3 is air. Yeah, I'm hearing sharps are on Krabs week 3. The lines have not dropped officially yet because the lineups aren't out, but I'm hearing it's closer to a pick 'em in week 3. So maybe the odds makers know something we don't.
Really? Interesting.
Let's go. We got a sub bang coming in, chat. We got Bexy coming in, giving out 5 sub bangs. Let's go, Bexy. Let's go, Bex. Sure you can. Love it, my man. And we got Ian coming in with a sub bang. Let's have a day every day. Everyone. Sure. Let's do it, my man. Why not us? And we got Bexy coming in with a sub bang of himself. 1 year bang. Here's to another one. Dubs. Dubs. Krabs week 3 is even too contrarian for me to take. Well, that's an issue, Clam Mucker, because you're one of the nastiest bettors out there. Talon coming in with another sub bang. Dubs. Gosh, you guys are coming in hot.
That's what we love.
You guys are coming in hot.
That's early week energy. That's what we need.
Mm-hmm. Dubs. We needed sub bangs. We needed W's in chat for Jovan graduating. That's no small feat. That is no small feat, my dude. I'm happy for you.
Not at all.
Okay. But that's enough talk from over the weekend. That's enough Jovan gas for one BTL episode, if you ask me.
Yeah.
What about that game last night, though, in the NBA? Jovan, pretty crap.
Yeah. Kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Kind of sucked.
Yep. You blame Doc Rivers. You blame Embiid and Harden saying they can't win by themselves. Who are you blaming here? You blame Jason Tatum for going unconscious and unbeatable? What do you blame? Like, what do you blame in this game?
He gets his credit. I mean, if you're talking about blame for the Sixers, I think it's pretty spread out. I mean, Doc Rivers made no adjustments in that second half, came out with 10 points in the third quarter, which a lot of that can be attributed to just Embiid and Harden not being there and not playing up to the level that they should as those superstars for that team. So, I mean, it's really everybody. I think they most likely are going to have to blow it up there because nothing's changing. It ain't just Ben Simmons. It ain't just the pieces around Embiid, whatever. Good job picking Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler. That really worked. They got to blow it up. But on the other side, obviously, credit to Tatum for bouncing back in Game 7, how he did at the end of that series. That was probably one of the best Game 7 performances we've seen in recent playoff history. So, a hell of a game by him. But it's all credit to him, lack of it to the Sixers, very obviously. But that Joel Embiid quote is made to be a lot worse than it really is if you look at the whole thing. So that was tough to read. He could have said it a little better, but it was also significantly taken out of context. You get what he's trying to say. He wasn't trying to say he was out there dropping 40 because he wasn't dropping 40 and everybody else is shooting 1 for 26 from the field. So it's a little different than that. But
no, I think he's more referencing that, it's a 5-on-5 game and you need your role players to step up like they did in Boston, right? In times when Tatum and Brown weren't playing well in that series.
Well, they were asking him like 20 questions about just like him, just Harden, what were they going to do? And like he was like, at the end of it, he was just like, yeah, I mean, cool, I have to get better. He has to get better. But at the end of the day, we're a whole team. So like asking me a bunch of these questions just about us, we could get better, but it's not really going to change much. It's got to do as a team. So that's what he was trying to say. But I don't know. I hated seeing that, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. So now we've got Celtics versus your Heat starting up this week, right?
Yep.
Okay. So now all the Celtics fans have come out of their shells all over Twitter acting like it was never in doubt, right? How is the pulse check on the Heat fandom? Because I haven't heard you guys acting like fools on the feeds and crawling away in your shells after losses. I want to know what the level-headed Miami Heat fans are thinking as you guys go into a battle against the Celtics.
Yeah, so I mean, out of the two teams, it's definitely no secret that like the Celtics are the better matchup for the Heat because if the Heat were to play, the Celtics are the better team, I think. But if you look at the matchups, like Embiid would absolutely dominate anything in the Heat, and just overall, they're a much bigger, more physical team for the Heat to face. So I was kind of rooting, like I wanted to see the 76ers win just because I'm not crazy about Boston fans, but as far as the matchup goes, you want the Celtics. So I don't have a problem with that. People forget, like we have kept pounding to, like the Heat in their worst form, I guess, than this year. Last year, they were a Jimmy Butler shot away from beating this team. So even with the way they've been playing in the playoffs, I hope that Jimmy Butler can get healthy here because he hasn't been looking like himself. There's the picture on the internet circulating of him and his massive ankle, like he was walking out of the arena. So we'll see how he plays with that, but you definitely matchup-wise want the Celtics.
Was he walking around this entire city with his broken-ass ankle instead of resting it again? Like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
Is his ankle cookie? What's going on here?
I mean, he was not aggressive at all the last couple of games of the series, and I think they showed him, like, walking out of the arena. So he's not, running a marathon like he was in New York City, but that ankle did not look good, and you could tell there's a difference. He, sprained it like a second time in the game, which after that happened, you could tell there was a significant turn in his play, but he's still out there competing, defending well. So it's not like he's a detriment like he would have been the first time this happened. So I'm just hoping, a couple days off. I think game 1 is Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So you got time for it. Hoping he plays well, but everybody else is too.
Game 1 is Wednesday. Boston is a 7.5-point favorite at home. Jovan, what is your series prediction? Boston versus Miami.
I mean, I think it's Heat in 7. That's what I think.
Heat in 7.
I'd be lying if a little bit of fandom wasn't creeping in that. So
okay, sure.
But I do think there's a revenge angle to it, and I think both the lines in the series, as like a series price, and the individual lines are going to be a little Jimmy Butler skewed. So I'm not too worried about seeing pretty big lines because I think you see a couple points or what the difference from like 550 the series price is to like 300-ish if Jimmy Butler's healthy. So I'm not too worried about that. I think they're going to defend well. I think you talk about coaching advantage. It's probably not a bigger one in recent history than Eric Spoelstra against Missoula, a first-year coach who hasn't looked fantastic in certain spots, making adjustments. And Eric Spoelstra is a top 5 coach of all time, in my opinion. And is probably a little biased, but I think you look at his track record, you can't really argue too much what he's done with these teams.
No,
excluding the big 3, even what he's done is absolutely incredible. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a chess match.
Okay. Chess match. That's an edge for Miami and Spoelstra, if you ask me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I'm excited. That's going to be one heck of a series. I hope it goes 7. I hope you're right. But I do think, and I'm not done with the 76ers here, I think Doc Rivers is a little bit to blame. I do. And look, I grew up a Celtics fan. I grew up a Boston sports fan. Until I was bullied by my schoolmates in middle school to switch to DC fandom, because I'm local here, obviously, and I'm still happy about it. But grew up rooting for, the big 3 in Boston, right? Obviously, Doc Rivers was the guy back then, a little younger. But the big 3 kind of carried, Doc Rivers and the rest of that team to that championship. And should they have won more? Probably, honestly, with those guys. And look, guys, check the data. Check the Carfax. It's right up there on the screen. Doc Rivers, he's blown more series leads in NBA history than a freaking prostitute in Vegas. I mean, he's blown more series leads in the NBA than any other, borderline Hall of Fame coach ever. And I'm starting to think that maybe a little bit of the blame does belong to Doc Rivers because over and over and over and over and over again, his teams go up in these playoff series and they blow it. And we saw it again this season after they were up 3-2, right? And I know they're playing against the much better Celtics, but there were times in that series when it looked like the Sixers were the better team. We know they have the talent on the floor to compete.
Yeah.
You got to put some of the blame on the coach. And I think Doc Rivers, maybe he's on the hot seat. I think he's kind of been on the hot seat the last couple of years, to be completely frank. I don't think they're going to fire him. I think he's a pretty unfireable dude for the most part, although he has been canned before. But I think he's got another season. What do you think? You think he's done?
Yeah, I think they've got an offer for him waiting at your nearest Wendy's, flipping some burgers. But he's just been terrible. I mean, you look at spots like it's not even like you kind of exclude the fact that they're playing a better team. It's happened time and time again where they've been in position to make these upsets, whatever you want to call it, whether it was there, whether it's with the Clippers. They can't really make any adjustments to figure it out. So, I mean, somebody said in chat, he's riding that one ring to death, which is kind of true. I mean, you look at you talked about like the Celtics being that team and that fan base that rides that one ring with the big 3 to death, talks about it like they're perennial champions. Like in recent history, they're not, and Doc Rivers is not. So like, I really don't understand where the infatuation comes from him. Like he's still a valuable basketball mind, but he's not a great coach. And without the level of talent that he's had, really everywhere he's gone, he's had a pretty big superstar in the league that's kind of carried him talent-wise, or multiple in this case. So, yeah, I mean, Doc to the Suns, it's fine because he's going to have that level of talent, hopefully, I guess, with everybody staying there with Katie and D-Book and whatever they choose to do with the surrounding cast. So they'll be able to get there, get in the playoffs, and get in a position to win, but they ain't going to close it out. That's kind of the Doc Rivers story. So I just think he should be flipping burgers, personally.
Sure. I'll take one. I'm hungry. I haven't had lunch yet.
Why not?
Dubs, chat saying some good comments here. Boston fucking swears like they're a title town. 1 ring in 25 years. Lakers have 6 since 1999. Think about that. Yeah, I mean, the Celtics fans are equivalent to Yankees fans. It sucks. I hate to say it. I wish it wasn't the case, but they are. Yeah. It's the same bet. It's the same exact bet. And yeah, Doc Rivers is probably not going to be flipping burgers. Okay, let's not kid ourselves. I'm sure he'll get a job in Phoenix, or he'll get a job in DC, God forbid, if we make the right move and fire our coach, who's atrocious. Sure, we'll bring in Doc. He'll be an improvement. there's teams out there that'll pick him up, right? Maybe he does get canned after this season. He probably deserves it.
Yeah.
Probably deserves it.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, it gets real quiet when they're down. I'm hip, Simon.
That's the worst part.
I'm hip, bro.
Like, at least New York fans, they'll talk the whole time, whether they're down, whether they're getting swept.
That is a good point. They will still say they're going to win a series if they're down 3. Yeah, they will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta admire that. But I mean, Boston fans are non-existent the second they're losing.
It's facts. Check the data. Check the data, chat. Yeah, the Wizards extended Wes Unseld contract. He'll be with y'all a little longer. Great. Awesome. Great to hear, chat. Great to hear. Before we move to the next segment, chats, I did want to show you guys this tweet real quick. Doing a giveaway, $100 tonight, probably around 8 o'clock Eastern. Stay posted on my Twitter. Okay. If you guys want to get involved and potentially win $100, all you got to do is place an order, and we'll go ahead and drop the link in chat. Mods or Josh or Jovan, go ahead and do ! merch in chat while I pull this up. If you guys purchase anything from the store involving BTL or the Shore shirts, all right, post your freaking receipt below. All right, below, I've retweeted a bazillion times on my feeds, and I'm going to give away $100 to somebody who does tonight. Okay, and I'll be honest, chat, because I know you guys are my OGs. If you're in here watching BTL every day, you're probably the ones that want to buy this stuff anyways. There's not that many submissions down here, boys, and there's definitely some opportunities to win. So I'm going to go ahead and put everyone in a randomizer by their and pick it tonight. All right. But make sure you cop some BTL merch. Make sure you cop some Shore merch. All right. The shirt's very comfy. Okay. Make sure you cop it. The link is in chat. Check out the site. Plenty of cool merch up there, guys. Support the team. We do this always for free. Get yourself a nice shirt and support the BTL boys. Why not? Why not us? All right, chat. Why not us? Can't wait to receive my shirt. Let's go, Alan. Dubs.
Yo.
Yeah, guys, cop a freaking Shore shirt. Why not? Why not? Cop a BTL shirt. Those are comfy as heck, too. All right?
Cop a BTL shirt and get tucked in by the squad ride. You do that all.
That's what I'm talking about, chat. That's what I'm talking about. Chat, the squad rides, 82, 52, and 2. That's a lot of 2s, and that's a lot of wins. 30 games above 500. If you've been coming in here watching BTL every single day, if you've been tailing these, buy a freaking shirt. Buy a freaking shirt. Guys, we're 30 games over 500 on the BTL squad rides. Who else is doing that for free? Nobody, especially recently with everybody going corp. All right? Respect your boys for not going corp. Okay? Our plays will always be free. All right? But buy yourself a nice T-shirt and support the team. All right? Please do. And please respond to this tweet with a receipt of it so I can give you away $100 tonight, okay? I better see some tweets during BTL. If you tweet it during BTL and reply, I'll shout you out on here, okay? Dubs. Sure, under Vegas, McDavid under. Yeah, that'll pay for those shirts. Sure. Bro, why is everyone acted like I murdered their kids with the McDavid under goals last night? Everyone took that so personally, guys. Yeah. It's okay. It's going to be okay. I'm no hockey sharp. Why is everyone so mad? I took McDavid under. It didn't hit. We move. All right? Just like any other loser. All right? And yeah, Clam Mucker, everyone is a VIP handicapper now, and we're not. All right? Buy a damn shirt, Clam Mucker. You would look fresh in the whip, pitching a play in a Shore shirt. Straight up. Straight up. All right, chat. Dubs. Speaking of the Sixers, okay? Speaking of Doc Rivers, speaking of the Celtics, eliminating Philly. Had to bring it up, chats. How about Ben Simmons? How about Ben Simmons last night? Talk about playing chess. He was chomping at the bit, foaming at the mouth, just waiting for Philly to lose this series. You know, my man had notifs in his phone for when these games started. And that wine glass looks like it was poured about halfway through the third quarter when the Celtics went on a crazy run. If you look at the score there, and he's got a nice, fresh, smart water right next to the glass of wine, which is not open, which you probably put there so people didn't get mad at him for drinking as a professional athlete. That bottle's fresh out of the fridge, freezing cold, looks delicious. That shit's not opened. Ben Simmons, you can't fool us. Okay, you're boozing. I'd be too if I had the type of seasons you've been having recently.
Yeah.
Do you think this is too petty? Do you think this is funny? Do you think this is good? I think it's funny. I think it's petty as heck. I do. I think Ben Simmons is a joke. I really do. I have zero respect for him at this point. Going from team to team and losing the faith from your organization over and over again. Pretty much people thinking you're a piece of shit for not putting any effort in. I'm not a Ben Simmons fan, but I'm a fan of this post. That is a W roast, and I'm sure the 76ers were in piss when they saw this. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. It's not to say like, I mean, the Sixers being there while he's sitting at home for like he has been for the past decade. Still like, does he have any ground to stand on? Like, no, but it's still funny. So like, I'm all for it. I love the chirps.
Have to, bro. Have to. And yeah, this is like the same TV setup as Portnoy's when he was geeking about that the other day when they messed up his TV setup. I thought that was funny as well. Ben Simmons got paid, doesn't care anymore. But the criticism, he won't play anymore. I mean, yeah, he's rich. Sure. But he definitely has lost the respect of the majority of that league. And I mean, if I was him, that wouldn't sit too comfortable with me, but I'm not Ben Simmons. All right. And he would still wax me 21-0 in a game of 1v1. Don't get me wrong. Although maybe I could get a hook shot in there, Zebo type on the post. Maybe. I could probably get one. But he still beat me 21-1.
Like 6'10".
He is 6'10", but I feel like if I back him down, hit a little Zebo fade away, down by the baseline, I might be able to score.
Yeah, he might. So? He might send your shit into the fourth row.
That shit might hit a freaking kid walking by in the face, like on the sidewalk next to the freaking court. You might swat that thing off the freaking, literally off the court. Unbelievable. What are you guys putting the line at in a game of 21? Me versus Simmons. Are you putting the spread at 20.5 for Ben? Yeah, I'd probably lay that. I'd probably lay that too. Gosh, I won't score, but neither will he. Yeah, we'll be there all fucking day. Over Ben Simmons 3? I'm still fading that. I don't care who he's playing. I'm fading it. Give me the under half of 3. Ben Simmons. Me versus him on the fucking pickup court. Sure.
That might be free.
21-8, Ben, but at least you can nut check him. Sure. You see the Kendall Jenner All-NBA team. Yes, I have.
Dude,
got to give respect. Got to give respect. Got to give credit where credit's due. It's a Derek Jeter type graphic. It really is.
She's got that could be a whole All-Star team in next year's All-Star games. Put those guys together.
Yeah. And who's got a great point here, too? Krabs might have a chance, honestly. Simmons would be trying to pass wide open layups. He'd be going up to the rack to yam it down and putting up a freaking alley-oop to nobody. Trying to pass it away. Dude's allergic to scoring.
That's a fact.
Unbelievable. She even got a 6-man, sure. Unbelievable, Chad. Unbelievable. Love it. This is not the only NBA viral moment from yesterday that did not involve anyone playing. Okay, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about here. What is good with John Morant, chat? Is he okay? Is he okay in the head? What is he doing? It's like, Ja, you have one job, brother, and it's to not flash a gun on TikTok Live, and you keep doing it over and over again. Over and over and over again. And you could tell his buddy shows it real quick and then quickly pans back. He's like, I knew I fucked up, showing that on the live. Number one, John Morant's a fucking idiot. I blame him. He's an adult at this point. I do blame him at the end. Number two, can we surround him with some better people? I mean, what are we doing? Where is the fam at? Where is his agent at? Where is the organization at? I don't understand it. And look, everyone comes from different backgrounds. Everyone comes from different situations, right? Whatever. And I don't give a fuck if you got a gun. That's not my business. This is not politics, whatever. But you have one job, one thing you can't do, and that's be seen with a gun, and you keep doing it over and over again. And yeah, Trent and chat, who are these narcs screen recording, dude? What kind of friends are these? They're doing – this might be the dumbest group of people collectively in the history of the earth. John Morant and his posse. This is ridiculous, dude.
To be fair, though, I don't like putting the blame on the friends because they're just chilling in the car. Like, granted, like they do always record around them. It's fun. It's whatever. They're just chilling in the car. They're doing normal stuff. And then just out of nowhere, middle of the video, Josh is like, "Hey, let me just pull out a gun. Let me just do that. That's cool. That's smart."
They're literally vibing. They're fucking chilling, probably listening to some music, absolutely having a fucking Sunday. Next thing you know, John Morant pulls out a fucking gun, and everyone's like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?" His buddy puts like a handgun up, and next thing you know, Ja's got a real fucking Glock in his hand, and his buddy's like, "Holy shit!" He moves the camera. He's probably scared.
I mean, like, he's listening to YoungBoy. New album just dropped, so I mean, to make you do that, but like, I don't understand it. It's just not that hard to not pull a gun out on any live, any social media, or anything, even YoungBoy new album included. But like, it makes no sense. It's technically like I don't know what they can do, like legally, because I know they suspended it from team activities, but like technically, since it's not like the whole issue with the first time is that they like he brought it on like a team trip, which you're not allowed to do. But now it's the off season, so like it's technically nothing wrong with it. Like,
right.
But like, it's stupid. I don't understand it. He's trying to make it out the NBA. First NBA player.
I mean, does he think he's Gilbert Arenas? I don't understand it. Why would you want to be like Gilbert Arenas, first of all?
Yeah.
This is some 2000 Wizards like playing fucking dice in the locker room and not paying their buddies back. And next thing you know, Javaris Crittenton's coming in with a gap in the locker room to try to get Gilbert Arenas to pay up. Like, guys, what are we doing? You guys are in the NBA. You have one job. Don't show a gun. One job. That's it. That's it.
One job, and you already got like a warning once. Like, you already got suspended for a little bit. You already got almost in legal trouble for it, which I don't really know how he didn't. And now he got a second chance. And like, what are we doing?
Unbelievable. And yeah, someone in chat said, y'all see Kwame Brown's rant? Yes, it was all time.
Kwame Brown.
All time. Somehow this is Dylan Brooks' fault. Sure.
Always his fault.
Unbelievable. I don't understand it. The dude's an idiot. I blame him. I blame his posse. I blame his friends. I blame his family. I blame his agent. I blame the Grizzlies. I do. But I also blame Ja. It's 50% Ja, and it's 50% the group around him. I don't understand what goes through his head when he just got suspended for 8 games because of the same thing, and then you do it again. Maybe he knows they can't suspend him, and that's why he's doing it. I don't know. Maybe he's smarter than we think. But with his actions recently, I don't think it's fair for us to say that he's smarter than we think after what we've seen.
Well, they did.
Holy smokes. Huh?
They did suspend him.
I'm hep.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
hep.
it's not like
the season's not going on right now, so it doesn't even really matter. You know what I mean?
I mean, if I was an NBA player and I was suspended from team activities and facilities during the offseason, I'd be kind of pissed. And I mean, there's no like confirmation on the reports or anything, but they're saying like he could get a suspension to begin the season or whatever. It could be pretty long. So whether that's true or not, it's stupid. He ain't right for sure. Don't fade.
Yep. And Trent's trying to pin this all on Dylan Brooks. Trent, man, you can't fool anybody. This might end up coming back to you. People forget you had Ja in your go whale, and next thing you know, he's pulling out guns during the season. Trent, this might be on you, brother.
Okay.
Trent, this could come back to you. If you get a weird phone call from a number today, don't answer it. They're coming.
Yeah. Brady's marriage and that. Everything always comes back to the go well, man.
Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. I do blame the go well. Yep, I do. All right, chat. Let's pivot to hockey. All right. Shout outs the Oilers last night for melting once again. I would love somebody in chat who's a hockey fanatic to try to compare the Oilers folding once again. I would love for you guys to try to compare, this team or just Canada hockey in general to any other sport so I can understand more. But here's what we know, chat. Now that the Oilers have been eliminated, no Canadian team has won the Cup for 30 years. 30 years. That's crazy. That's nuts. They got to pick it up. And yeah, chat is going bonkers right now, Jovan, because India Base got taken off of prospects. Dubs. Oh, you're muted. Go to muted.
Trent gave me a random text, like literally as I was typing it into the outline for the head-to-head. Just text me Jonathan India. It's nothing. I was like, what the hell? And then I guess he wanted to take him today. So probably should be back on there at some point. I don't know if it'll stay off, but probably will take it. I'll take it if it stays back on there. We'll see.
Why the heck did it get taken off?
I don't know. Usually it's for odds, but the odds don't look that juicy or weird. So I don't know. We'll see.
Only fantasy score up. W's Trent. W's Jovan.
Manoa fantasy off the board. That's interesting.
Wow. What does that tell you?
I mean, that happened, I think, his last start, and he got rocked. So
Did he? Maybe the Yankees ML be a good look. Chad, we're going to go over every baseball game today. Don't you worry. Jovan, the Canada curse, though. What are your thoughts on, first of all, the NHL playoffs and just how cake it's been? No close games, no unders. I know I'm just butthurt because I keep taking them. But no close games, man. This is not the NHL playoffs I love. It's not. What's going on? And also, what's going on up in Canada? Why can they not come through? Ever. 30 years, bro. 30 years.
Playoffs has kind of sucked. It's not even like bet-wise. Because, I mean, to be honest with you, I haven't really bet too much of the playoffs, but all the games have sucked. You got blowouts left and right. It's looking like the NBA regular season. It's not as fun. It's not the same, thrilling overtime games that you get pretty much every night that you're used to throughout a whole year or every year for the playoffs. So hasn't been as fun. Hoping we get some good ones starting tonight with Game 7, cracking stars, and then throughout the conference finals. But, yeah, for the Canada thing, it's just like, I mean, when I look at a lot of the teams, it's mostly how they're built because talk about a lot of the teams like the Oilers up there. I mean, even not that these teams are contending for a cup necessarily every year, but like the Canadians, they made their run. The Canucks are kind of built a similar way. Senators, Leafs, whatever you want. It's a lot of speed. They don't have really those grinded out teams, which is why you have, you've really not been able to sustain any runs or at least any cup championships since, 30 years, since 1993. So it's probably never going to change unless you see a pretty fundamental change in the makeup of a lot of those teams, which is partially just by chance, but it's not something that you can sustain. You got to build a team like the Bolts who can have that defensive identity when needed. I know the Oilers looked really good defensively towards the end of the season, regular season, but didn't seem to hold up throughout the playoffs. So a team like that, they're going to need to change something pretty drastically as far as their core goes.
Okay. Someone in chat said, are we taking the under again in this Game 7? You already know the answer, brother. You already know the answer. Yes.
You see it open 6.5?
It opened 6.5. It's down to 6. Juice to the under. Are we seeing 5.5s yet? Yep, we are. Yes, we are. On good old FanDuel, at least. I don't know anywhere else, but yes. Great line movement. Does it matter? Probably not. We've seen all these games move towards the under, and it hasn't fucking mean shit at all. But in a Game 7, I'm going back to it. I don't give a hoot. I'm taking it. Has every game gone over in the series?
Yeah.
Sure. I'm going back to the well chats. Not recommended for a friend. No analysis. No nothing. Just an under. Jovan, hockey brain, though. Seattle-Dallas tonight. Do you think it goes under?
I don't know. I really couldn't tell you what's going on with the total. The only bet that I would probably consider about taking in that game is just getting a little Kraken plus 1.5 now. Which is probably getting a little bit more juicy now that we see the total down an entire goal pretty much. But that would be the only thing I would take a stab at that game. Because I do think it's going to be close and contested till the end. Could you get burned by an empty netter at the end? Sure. I don't really care. See us going to overtime and I'll be fine.
Maybe OT. Yeah. You don't know the odds for this game to go to OT. Josh, feel free to screen share, my man. Feel free. Let's see if we can find some odds. Click on the game. Let's see if there's OT odds. There probably are. Hopefully on the main page, maybe towards the bottom. Let's see if they've got OT odds up there, huh? Maybe not. Is it all the way at the bottom? I guess you could do three-way, right? Is there a three-way bet on there?
Well, three-way is just regulation.
Yeah, but you bet draw in regulation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's a three-way bet on there, Josh, let me know. Yeah, there it is.
Plus 340.
Plus 340. Okay, chat, maybe worth a sprink. Maybe worth a sprink. We're due for unders. We're due for close games. We're due for better hockey. All right. This is not the NHL playoffs I've fallen in love with over the years. All right. We need to be better. We need to be better, chat. We do. Plus 370 overtime on FD. Sure.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys line shop always. Always. Okay, chat. And then Jovan, you say Kraken plus 1.5. Gun to your head. Who's winning this game?
Kraken.
Kraken are winning.
Yeah.
Crazy. Fruity told me the same thing earlier.
Really?
Okay, chat. Well, super excited for that game tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, you've got some time. I will be on the under. I'm not giving up. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. I don't hear no bell. All right, I don't hear no bell. I'm betting it again. Dubs. Jovan, let's get into some MLB. All right. It's about that time. Let's talk some MLB. Got plenty of games today. Got what, 10 of them?
Yeah, just about.
That'll do.
Maybe more.
That'll do. Chase, what's the Stars report tonight, brother? In all honesty, I'm putting 3U on Kraken ML so that I'm not in pure rat piss if the Stars lose. Sure, Chase, that's called a win-win, brother. That's called a win-win. Ever heard of it? They're not common, but if you bet against your team, you're already setting yourself up for a win-win. Either you win your bet or your team wins. Win-win. How about that? I love it.
I did that. I had to do that a couple times this year. TCU football.
Sure.
I think
it's not personal. It's not. It's just business, Chase. It's business. Hedge your anger, brother. Hedge your anger. Love it. All right. Let's talk some baseball, Jovan. We got Patrick Corbin on the bump. Let's cut the shit. All right, we got an important game to talk about. We got Patty Corbin on the bump. Jovan, how's he pitching? I'm allowed to talk about the Nats this week. How's he pitching tonight against the Mets, who can't hit a lefty to save their life right now? I mean, Mackenzie Gore, back-to-back starts where he didn't give up a run against the Mets. I mean, he looked great against them this series. They can't hit a lefty. They're still in piss. I know they scored a bunch of runs yesterday against our shit bullpen. And Irvin, after he got left out there to dry for no fucking reason, thanks Davey Martinez, you bozo. What do you think about the Nats today, Jovan? What do you think about Pat Corbin?
Yeah, I'm not anxious to go back to Pat Corbin. I guess not back. I guess it would be back to for you. But back to Pat Corbin, because yes, the Mets aren't hitting well just in general, but especially against lefties. But Patrick Corbin is a guy that they've seen quite a few times, and they've had success. A lot of the guys in these lineup. So I'm not necessarily in the business of fading the Mets bats today, because if there was ever a time to get it together, it probably would be today against a pitcher they've seen quite a bit. But I do want to back the Nats, so I'm going to take the team total again, which had me in piss on Friday. But I do think they get runs. This is a much better matchup than you had Friday, too. Obviously, in their better split against the lefty, David Peterson is, again, one of those pitchers who fit kind of the profile of guys that are just going to give up a lot of hits. I mean, the power supply is definitely there, but you don't really need it against a guy like him. So Lane Thomas should be able to have a pretty good day. Hopefully, Dom Smith, massive reverse splits, can have a pretty good day. Keibert Ruiz, we were talking about that too. He's up for a fantasy score today for one of the very few times, or the first time probably I've seen this season. So I do think that they string together some hits and get some runs off of Peterson and whoever follows. So I'm just going to take the team total over 4, but I do think they have a pretty good shot to win this game too.
Nicky Gambles, we're going to get to that, brother, and it might not be the answer you expect. It might not be the answer you expect, but yeah.
When he sees the bet, you just might.
Yeah. Gross. Nats versus lefties has been printing so much. PP doesn't even have hits allowed up today. I fucking bet. Yeah, there's a good amount of Nats up there. There's a good amount of Mets up there too, especially for runs. You like the over in this game, Jovan?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to take a side, total would certainly be the over.
I will say Pat Corbin has not given up a run since he got nailed in the face by a 99.7-mile-an-hour comebacker to the cheekbone. He's not given up a run in 2 innings since then.
There you go.
And those 2 innings happened in that same game. The dude's a fucking beast. But he was getting teed up that game, and his slider looked like a fastball. So I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried. Chat, I know I talked about how good Patrick Corbin's stuff was, and it was. I'm not bullshitting you. It was. And then, of course, the start I make you guys all bet on and watch, his last start, his slider looked atrocious. Guys, that's just how it is with Pat Corbin these days. Not a coincidence that when the spider tack stuff went away, Patrick Corbin immediately sucked. Not a coincidence, right? He was obviously cheating a lot and using that spider tack to get crazy spin rates on that slider, and that's gone, and he's had to adjust. But he has been a better pitcher so far this season. The Mets can't hit lefties. The money line's come down 35 cents, Jovan. I wouldn't be betting the Mets today.
Yeah, probably would not.
Okay. Taking Corbin strikeouts for fun. I don't know how he's saying. That doesn't sound like fun, brother. That sounds like torture.
Yeah, it sounds like a punishment.
That's coming from me. That sounds like you're literally punishing yourself. All right, but I'm rooting for you. And against the Mets, who knows? Who knows? All right, team total over for the Nats?
Yep, I'm on that.
All right, what about Angels and Orioles? Shohei versus Gray Rod, total at 8. Shohei, a short favorite. Do you think he's a little too short? You think the Orioles have life today?
Yeah, I mean, I think they do. And it's especially considering, what was it, the Braves series where the Orioles were pretty massive underdogs against these top pitchers. And obviously the Angels are not the Braves, but we saw like a significant lack of respect line-wise for them. They were, the Braves were minus 200, minus 250. So to see this with Ohtani, which, yes, he's looked a little human lately, it's still a little shocking. I expected to see a little more respect for Ohtani. So I do kind of lean the Orioles trying to take it home just as a line read here because it does seem a little short, especially with that total. So I don't know what to expect from Gray Rod, but this Angels lineup is something that certainly has not been scaring me as of recent. And the Orioles are a team who have those kind of big innings where a guy like Ohtani, who does have the blow-up innings, or even like Billy's saying, he's got a home run issue a lot recently. The Orioles can get to him. They can get to him pretty fast and in spurts. So I definitely could get behind back in the Orioles here.
Orioles don't mind Sevilla.
No, not at all.
They don't mind it one bit, Jovan. The splits look pretty good for the O's on the ML, if I could say so myself. I like the O's today. I do. I know the Angels have not been playing well recently, Jovan. I know the Orioles have been debatably one of the best teams in baseball, and still nobody talks about it. I get it. The Orioles should be a little bit more of a favorite or closer to a favorite against the Angels right now with the way these two teams are playing, right?
Yeah.
But
they also
it's still Shohei. Go ahead.
I was just saying they also got shut out by the Pirates yesterday.
They did.
And
they did get shut out.
Yeah, they scored, even if you're counting the game before that, 2 runs in the last 2 games.
Yep. They're not scoring a lot. It's been their pitching. Their bullpen, too. I mean, their bullpen's been fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
They've been great. They've been great. I like the O's today, chat. I do. Give me the better team. They'll figure out a way to manufacture some sort of runs against Shohei, even if it's just 1 or 2, and they get to that Angels bullpen. Sure. They're not afraid of any velo, chat. Take the O's if you're looking for a side in that game. All right. Yankees, Toronto, Jovan. Cordero versus Manoah. Cordero's been decent. He's been decent. Pretty good for the Yanks so far this season. Manoah, he's been a turkey tosser. If only some people told you before the season that he was going to be a turkey tosser and to lock in his over ERA on Prize Picks, huh? Well, now we're here. All right. We're about 7 weeks into the season. Manoah's got almost a 5 ERA. He's facing a Yankees team who, yes, he typically pitches well against, chat. But the total in this game is up to 9.5 from 9. And Manoah's fantasy score has been taken off of Prize Picks. Jovan, I already liked the Yankees on the ML before all that. Now I really want to take them, and I hate the freaking Yankees. So if I bet on them, it's probably a good bet. It's probably for a good reason. Do you like the Yankees today as well against Manoah?
I do, and a lot of people talk about Manoah pitching well against the Yankees. A lot of those starts have come without the guys that they have in their lineup now. So it's especially when you look at the first start this year, where he was extremely dominant. They're missing, pretty much half the guys in the lineup that they have in there now. So this Yankees offense really impressed me this weekend against the Rays, which the Rays pitching staff has certainly been a little off, which a lot of it's due to injuries, a lot of it's due to new guys coming in the fold, especially in the bullpen. But the Yanks offense has looked really, really good. They're starting to get hot. They're swinging good bats. And especially now having Judge back is huge. So I do think that they're starting to get going a little bit, which is a scary sight. And against Manoah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that continue. So I'm a little scared of what to do with the game because I do want to back the Yanks, but I'm also worried about their little pitching plan with Cordero opening and then maybe Brito coming in as a bulk guy or whatever it may be. but I do think there's going to be runs. So maybe until we find out what the exact plan is, pitching wise for the Yanks, probably want to back their bats against Manoah, who very conveniently also has that 2.5 earned run square up on Prize Picks.
Oh, does he now?
Yeah, he does. And even when I guess I used it yesterday, which I wasn't taking it, but it was kind of affecting the read on the game. Even when you have these squares where, a guy can come out there and it can be a really suspicious square after he's gotten rocked and then he gives up 3, or after he's pitched really well and he's given up 2, it still is very correlated to the game. Like yesterday we had Aaron Nola, who was up for that in Coors, who did go over that total, but we also saw 4 runs in that game. So, I took the under there in my very quick assessment while I was doing graduation stuff. So I'm not scared to go to Manoah here and say that the Yanks bats are going to stay hot. Fade him continuously.
Okay. Yes. Fade Manoah continuously. 100%. 100%. Awesome. And yeah, it's 2.5 earned runs up there. There's some weird 2.5 earned runs up there on Prize Picks today. There's some weird ones up there.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. All right, let's keep moving. I'm a psycho. All right, let's keep moving. Seattle, Boston. You like the Sox, even with the line move? Totals at 10. You like them? Tell me why.
Oh, yeah. I think this is a nightmare matchup for George Kirby. So he throws a lot of strikes. We all know that. A lot of fastballs. And top of that lineup, Red Sox lineup especially, and you talk about Verdugo, you talk about Yoshida, you talk about Devers, you talk about really everybody, but especially the top of that lineup. They're going to be very aggressive at fastballs in the zone. They're going to swing a lot. They're going to put the ball in play. It's this is probably the worst matchup you can possibly get, not only for a team that has that approach and a lineup that has that approach, but a lineup that's swinging the bat really, really well. And yes, they are coming off a game last night where they were not swinging it very well. I think they scored, 1 run, kind of got rolled in that game. 100% willing to go back to him here. And if you want to talk about weird stuff on Prize Picks, yeah, that's facts. That is my lifelong mission. It still helps, even if they get close to the line. But you want to talk about Prize Picks? Bring up George Kirby. There's a couple for him. Click on his fantasy score. Low is there. Then you can go to the right. Go to his pitching outs, or one more. Maybe not one more. Oh, they took that down.
They took his pitching outs off.
Interesting. That was also green.
Huh.
But he's sitting at 17.5, which is pretty juicy over on the book. So that's probably why they took it down. But the fact that he's there after not even sniffing that in quite a few starts here, I think all but 1, he was in the 20s. If you're looking at his last 5 chart, super interesting there. So I do think he gets roughed up a little bit. And a lot of these numbers, they're not crazy because they do reflect exactly what I expect from the matchup. So I do think they get to him a bit. And Tanner Houck on the other side, I like his strikeouts today. We were talking about that a little bit in the spaces, which is why I'm okay backing the Red Sox. Mariners are a team which they struggle a lot more against left-handed pitching. We can talk about their K rate against right-handed pitchers. That's where they're kind of top 5 in the league as far as striking out the most. And these are kind of the only teams that Tanner Houck has had any relative success against in Fenway or outside of Fenway, or teams that are going to strike out a lot against his arsenal, pretty much. So I like him to get some strikeouts and kind of hold them down a little bit. He also has a 2.5 earned run square with how terrible he's been, so that kind of helps too. But I do think he pitches okay. Maybe not lights out, but well enough, gets his strikeouts, and then George Kirby gets lit up.
Okay. I do agree with you. Kirby's probably going to get lit up. I do think that the majority of his Prize Pick squares being in weird spots is because he's pitching in Boston with a total of 10.
It is.
We've seen a bazillion runs in there for sure, but it's definitely still really, really low, his fantasy score. I agree. But, man, the runs have been coming at a crazy rate at Fenway Park this season. I mean, chat, the Red Sox to the over this season, 23-13-2. At home, 15-7-1. They're saying maybe it's because they put in new lights in Fenway Park, and the players have said it's night and day with the new lights, that they can see so much better on the fields. And I think that's been a serious component of why there's been more runs at Fenway Park this season with the new lights. I really do. I think that's a huge thing. They've had the same lights for the last 60 years, dude. It was probably dark as hell. Yeah. Imagine how dumb the electricians were back then compared to now, right? Those lights it's not even close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The books haven't accounted for it yet. There's been way more runs at Fenway.
I don't know if they haven't accounted for it. I mean, they're still seeing. It's like we very rarely have seen single-digit totals at Fenway now.
That is true. That is true. I mean, they are making the totals at 9.5, 10, damn near every time now, and they're still going over.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what else is up today?
What?
The vaulted Verdugo 1.5 total bases and run square combo.
Wow.
So you know what that means. It's leading off with an extra base hit. Okay.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, huh?
Yeah. I mean, can't ever not keep riding it with this guy.
100%.
Fantastic. Perfect matchup, too. So definitely be dabbling with some Red Sox props.
Okay. W's. Shout out Chase coming in with a sub bang 20 minutes ago. My fault for missing it. 16 months, Beast. 16 months. Appreciate it. Spiley coming in with a sub bang. Let's freaking go, my dude. Fuzzy99 coming in with a sub bang as well. Corey with a follow. Right is wrong coming in with a sub bang. 8 months. Let's go. The bubble round 2. Lakers will win again. He's saying. Sure.
Hope not.
Sure. Let's go, chat. W's. Good vibes on a Monday for BTL. Love it. We got hella heads in here. We got hella sub bangs. All right. Most importantly, we got hella winners. All right, chat. Let's keep powering through the slate. We're going to finish up these MLB games. We'll do the MLB head-to-head lineups, and then we'll do the squad ride. All right, chat. A lot of baseball to finish it up. Okay, lock in. Let me know in chat what your favorite play is on the baseball slate today. What is your favorite play on the baseball slate? Let me know in chat. Let me know in chat. All right? We've got Milwaukee, St. Louis tonight, Jovan. St. Louis coming off a nice little sweep against the Red Sox in Boston. I'm not taking it too seriously. I'm not carrying so much weight in their recent series. I'm just not. Everyone scores in Boston, especially the Cardinals. Arenado woke up, right? Great. He hit 3 nukes. He always hits nukes in Boston. If you watch all of his at-bats that series, he still had so many bad at-bats. He still looks off to me. He does. Even with, coming off of hitting 500 that weekend. His outs, he's still reaching, and he's not comfortable. I don't know what it is, but he's looking better. The Cardinals offense, obviously looking better. Guys, they're coming off a freaking series. Both these two teams are coming off of sweeps. Milwaukee just swept Kansas City, and they just put up, 18 runs in that series. St. Louis just put up 21 runs in their series against Boston, right, where they just swept them. And now the total's at 8 in this game today, with the juice moving down after how bad Flaherty's looked in his last, 4 or 5 starts after a nice start to the season. I mean, he's been shaky as heck. I think Peralta goes in there to St. Louis, and I think everyone's all in this recency bias, like the Cardinals are back after they put up a bunch of runs in Boston. Jovan, me and you could go up there in Boston and probably smack a couple home runs out to right field, straight up, okay? It's a recency bias. It's an over-exaggeration. It's an overreaction to what the Cardinals did this past weekend. And I want to fade their offense once again against Peralta, who's been pretty darn good. The 26-year-old coming back from an injury this season. He's been good enough. And I think with that total coming down and with that ML so close, right? This game's a coin flip according to the odds makers. That tells me that Flaherty's not going to pitch too terribly and that this will be more of like a pitcher's duel that we're not expecting with how bad Flaherty's been and how good these two offenses have been. I want to take the under, and I want to fade the recency bias with that juice moving down. I really like the under 8.5, and I grab this as soon as you can responsibly because the juice is only moving down, and this is going to close probably at 7.5.
Yeah, I also like the under, and that's kind of my way. I want to buy more into the Cardinals because they're in a very obvious fade spot coming off of Sunday Night Baseball. It's a profitable system. Everybody knows that. But now they're in a spot against the Brewers team. We have guys at the top of that lineup like Christian Yelich getting hot. And you have Freddie Peralta on the mound, which you're talking about a pretty significant advantage on the mound. And you're only seeing a pick 'em just about. Or at least, minus 120 is probably the highest you've seen or have seen in this game, which I think is crazy, which I can't really look beyond. So I do think the Cardinals are going to scratch this one out. And my way to kind of back that without backing them is taking that under because I do think if they win this game or keep it close, it's not going to be in a slugfest, kind of like they had to do in Boston and Fenway Park. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. You're going to see Flaherty pitch well. You're going to see Peralta pitch well. And it's going to be a 4-3, 3-2 type game, whether they win or they not. But I definitely lean the Cards to take care of business in this one. I don't think they're back, but I just think the spot is overly obvious of a fade, which is probably reflected in the splits and probably what you're going to hear in the stream a lot today. So I'm fine with leaning into the Cardinals with the under.
Okay. I'm with you. The under right now on Visson has 33% of bets and 73% of handle.
Ooh, I like that.
Holy smokes. Some big boy bets coming in on that under, including mine. Chat. All right. We move. Let's power through. All right. Atlanta, Texas, Jovan. Totals at 9. Morton versus Dunning. Atlanta moved from -130 to -145 on the road here. Is Dunning opening still? I've seen conflicting reports. Is it Bradford?
I believe it's Bradford now, yeah.
Is Dane going to go in there after?
Not sure. I don't know. I don't know if they would bring up Cody Bradford if that was the plan. I would assume they're just kind of going to let him go as a normal start. But because he's been pretty lights out in the minors. He's been one of the more exciting prospects they've had down there, especially being the Jack Leiter sucks at his job. So I don't really know what to do there. I would probably lean the over, if anything, or just taking the Braves and squaring up. Because I do think there's some regression coming for Charlie Morton, especially against a lineup who is pretty, they have the potential to get pop on him very quickly and in short bursts, like a couple of teams here. They've been hot, scoring a lot of runs, even without the A series, if you want to discount that. So I do think they get to Charlie Morton a little bit, but Cody Bradford, a lefty in his MLB debut against that Braves lineup, even at home, is a little scary. And again, I don't know what his leash is. I don't know what the plan is after, but I don't think he's going to be lights out against that team. I'm actually probably going to go to this game because it is in Texas, so I want to see what's going on here. But I do think he gives up some runs. It's a really tough matchup for him. I don't know why they would do this to him in his MLB debut, but I don't know if he's going to go out there and pitch particularly well. They're very excited about another lefty with Cole Ragans last year, and they brought him up in, again, a terrible matchup, and he got lit up. So it's like I kind of expect more of the same, but I'm not the biggest Morton fan in this matchup either.
Okay. All right. Yeah, with the pitching uncertainties and with the guy making his debut, I'm good on that game. No thanks. What about Talion and Valdez? Total up from 7 to 8 in this game. Cubs, Houston. Not too much movement on the ML. Looks like maybe a 5-cent move towards Houston. They're almost -200 in this game. Do you think Valdez pitches well today? What are your thoughts?
I think he pitches all right, but I do kind of like the Cubs here, which we know it's kind of tapered off a little bit. Their success against left-handed pitching, a lot of that has been a product of specific matchups, so I'd kind of give it an asterisk there, but still good against left-handed pitching. And they also just came off a game getting absolutely pumped, 2 in a row, actually, by the Twins, where they're outscored, 27-4 in those last 2 games. Now they're going to Houston. I do think they can put up a couple runs here against Framber, who, again, there's certain spots where he's looked vulnerable, I guess you could say. Sacred Command hasn't been quite as sharp as we're used to seeing over the course of last year, and that could be a problem against some of these Cubs bats. So I do think they score a little bit. That run move, a full run to the over, is certainly interesting with the money line moving down as well from 210 to -190. So Cubs +1.5 wouldn't be a bad play for me here. Might take a stab at that.
I mean, nobody's betting the Cubs today. Less than 12% of handle on the +1.5. I mean, less than 15% of handle on the ML. Nobody wants them. They just got smashed those last 2 games, like you said. Astros are starting to roll, right? Nobody's talking about it, but they are 2 games above 500 now after being under 500 for the most of the season, right? And that totals up a run with Valdez pitching. That is a little weird. And he has not looked as sharp as he has in years prior. So I'm with you. I like the Cubs on the +1.5, even with that total moving up. I'm with you on that. I like the Cubs on the road. Sure. Nobody wants the Cubs.
Yeah, not many people want the Cubs.
Nobody. What about Hunter Green and Seabolt with a total at 11 in course? What do you like there?
Yeah. I don't know. I've gone back and forth in this game because, I mean, at first glance, I know Seabolt's pitched somewhat well recently, and we see Hunter Green only opening like -115. That instantly makes me think Rockies, as short as that line is, especially like my man's saying, CJ Cron, massive part of that lineup is now in the IL. So really, who do you have in the middle of that lineup now? It's really a big RBI threat other than maybe a Randall Grichuk, who is a fantastic piece of that lineup, but in this matchup, probably not the biggest asset. So it does make you think. I know the total came down to 11 now. Maybe Seabold continues it. keeps pitching somewhat decent. And Hunter Green, I don't know if he goes up in there and gets lit up, but I do think he gives up a couple runs. Maybe another situation where you have the Rockies pile on for an inning and get a couple runs. So I do lean their way for sure. I just don't know. I want to see that lineup more importantly for the Rockies without Crone, see exactly what they're rolling out today, and kind of take a point from there. But I'm definitely not touching the Reds. Minus 125. Hunter Green against Seabold seems way too good to be true.
Okay. Some good questions in chat as well about Padres Dodgers and about Merrill Kelly. We will cover those when we get to these games in a minute here. I got you guys. Okay. Yeah, that game's whack. Keep me away from it though. Cincy, Colorado, no thanks. No, thank you.
We'll see.
Gun to my head, I'm taking the Rockies.
Yeah, I did. I mean, Jake Hazen always talks about this too. When the Rockies are in the middle of a homestand and it's their first game of like a next series of a team that's obviously traveling into there, it's been pretty profitable over the course of not just like this year, but last handful of years. That's been a very profitable thing. So, I mean, first game in with Hunter Green on the mound too against Seabold, who's been pitching pretty well. I wouldn't be mad if they put out a decent lineup taking a stab here.
Okay, yes. Someone in chat's saying Seabold has not been that bad. Check the Carfax.
Oh,
I just checked him.
He's been pretty good.
I just checked him. Yeah, he's pitching really well. He's only given up 1 run, 3 runs, 2, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 4.
Yeah, some of them in course
this season. Sure. Very impressive. Very impressive from Seabold. Sure. Give me the freaking Rockies tonight. Okay. Kansas City, San Diego. Lines move 20 cents towards Waka. Totals down from 9.5 to 9. Padres win this game?
Yeah, I think they do. Not a great matchup for the Royals. They're a team who, like, they thrive off of velo pretty much because they hit the ball very hard, and sometimes they have nothing to show for it, but a lot of the time they just hit the ball hard, and sometimes they get results, sometimes they don't. And Walker, especially in spurts, I know there's spurts where he gives up a lot of hard contact, but for the most part, he's very good at limiting barrels, limiting hard contact. So in this matchup, I think he can pitch decently well. And on the other side, like Brad Keller can certainly give up a lot of runs to this lineup. They match up pretty well with him. So, I mean, Soto's been getting hot, swinging the bat really well.
Yeah.
The only concern, I guess, with the Padres is they're going to get a lot of hits, I think, off of Brad Keller. They just have to hit with runners in scoring position, which has been a big issue for them. So I'd probably lean the under more than anything because, I mean, I don't want to lay anything with the Padres here, especially a run line at home. But I do think they hit up Keller. They're going to be in a lot of situations where they get runners in scoring position and don't score, but they are going to scratch a few across in some of those innings and some of those spots. But Walk on the other side, I think he pitches pretty well too. So the Royals don't know if they scored too much today.
Okay. I'm with you. Yeah. Padres better win with that line, that fat with Walker in. I'm with you, chat. We did not skip over the Diamondbacks game. Do not worry, chat. You guys seem very, very interested about this game. Okay. People talk about Merrill Kelly pitching outs. People talk about Merrill Kelly fantasy score. Guys, I think Merrill Kelly pitches well today. I do. But you know who else I think pitches well today? Drew Wazinski. I think he pitches well today for Oakland. And I only have one reason. Josh, pull prospects. Chat. Or go to the earn runs section. You don't even got to search it. Just go to earn runs. Why the fuck is Drew Wazinski up for 2.5 earned runs? This guy has been a trash can all season. He's given up 3 runs, 5 runs, and 5 runs in his 3 starts so far this year. Okay. He's been a batting machine. He came over from the KBO. He hasn't pitched in the major league since frickin' 2018, since this season when the Athletics randomly called him up. This dude stinks. He's atrocious. He's worse than Patrick Corbin last season. And yeah, Donnie J, that Athletics line has frozen where it's at right now. And I know the total's up, all right? And I know Merrill Kelly's fantasy score is high. But all I can think about right now, chat, is this damn PP square and why the hell they're laying Drew Wazinski up there for 2.5 earned runs when he's given up easily this number in all 3 of his starts, and it really hasn't been close. Jovan, either talk me off the edge or climb aboard. We got plenty of room. What do you think about this square? And what do you think about this game?
I mean, I applaud you for having the nuts to take this bet. I will not be taking this bet anytime soon. It's like I don't think Drew Rosinski is as bad as a lot of people put him out to be. I mean, to be honest, he's had a lot of stretches where, again, this is kind of the story with all the A's pitchers. They have flashes where they've been really good. They look like Cy Young, and then they always have the one or the two blow-up innings where they go up hit after hit after hit after tank after tank after tank, whatever it is. So, like, I think he can pitch, like, somewhat decently, but I think one of those innings against the D-backs is coming. So the one thing that you do have on your side is he is actually, like, physically unable to pitch to lefties. And talk about, like, the big power supplies in this lineup, especially as of late. It's been Christian Walker. It's been Lourdes Gurriel. It's been a lot of different guys. So, like, you've really – not that these are minimal at all, but Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll, and then Josh Ross kind of sucked, but I guess you can throw him in there because he's a lefty. Those are probably your spots where you, like, really have to worry, which is not a majority of their lineup. So if you want something there, that's kind of your angle to be excited about, but I will root for this one, respectfully.
Okay. I mean, why is it up? Yeah. It's minus 140 on the books, over 2.5, if anyone was wondering.
Yeah.
Why is that up?
Yeah. Hey, maybe he gives up 6 and just 2 earned.
Yeah, straight up. Maybe the Athletics, botch a ball in the infield. Sure, that'll play. That'll play. John saying this may be worse than the McDavid no-goal bet last night. It can't be worse than that, John. It can't be. It can't. Give me Rosinski less than 2.5 earned runs allowed, chat. Jovan, what do you think about this game real quick, though? Arizona, Oakland, this prop aside, what do you like?
Yeah, I don't know if I like much. I honestly do kind of like the A's bats against Merrill Kelly. Especially, I mean, looking through a lot of the odds and some of the squares I guess they have up. I was shocked to see a lot of the A's listed at least in the books, like a lot higher than a lot of the D-backs. And they have pretty decent matchups too. So, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at backing the A's bats necessarily, but I can't buy into Rosinski and fade.
Sure.
So I don't know what to do here. If there's a situation where Rosinski comes out and he's shoving a little bit and we see like a tied game going into the 4th inning, I will live bet the Diamondbacks.
Okay. I know it's Rosinski, but a total in Oakland with Merrill Kelly pitching sitting at 9 seems significant.
Yeah. Not wrong there. Especially, I mean, I have no qualms with taking it over with the 8th bullpen, even if Rosinski comes out and gives up 1 or 2. They always have those innings just as well. So,
yeah,
I like the A's matchup, like I was saying too. I think they can put up runs themselves.
Okay. All right. Somebody in chat said on props.cash, Rosinski's earned runs is juiced to the under. Can we look on DraftKings real quick, Josh? Go over to DK, click on the game. There should be pitchers props across. Yep. Pitchers props, earned run should be on there somewhere. There it is.
Minus 125, the over.
Okay. So it's come down a little bit. Okay. Definitely a little weird, but could be just meaningless, and Rosinski gets lit up once again with the total gone up a run. All right.
Yeah.
Two late games tonight, Jovan. Philly versus San Fran and Minnesota versus LA. Why don't you take us through those 2 games quickly, and then we'll go over the MLB head-to-head lineups?
Yeah. Another giant situation where they're facing, not right out of the gate because Brogdon is opening for him, but they're facing Bailey Falter. Then on the other side, you have Alex Wood. So you got 2 teams who have been pretty pitiful against lefties this season. Andrew in San Francisco with a total moving up 8.5 to 9, which I know these pitchers in and of themselves have not been very good. I guess Alex Wood has been outperforming a lot of his numbers. He's actually been pretty decent, but Bailey Falter has been downright terrible. So I think the line of the game is okay, but I was a little surprised to see that move up to a 9 total so quick. So I do kind of lean that over if I had to go with anything there. Definitely some regression coming for Alex Wood, and Bailey Falter is probably going to do Bailey Falter things. So,
is it Falter pitching now, or is it Brogdon?
Brogdon's opening for Falter.
Word. Good. Okay. You like the over in that game?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what about the late night game, Pablo Lopez versus Syndergaards? I like the Twins, I think, but I don't love them. Do you have an angle in this game?
I like the Dodgers.
Wow.
Feels very easy for a Dodgers team who's, yes, they've been kind of playing better, but you got Syndergaard on the mound who certainly hasn't been playing better, and a Twins team, again, coming off of those 2 smoke sessions of the Cubs. Coming off these 2 smoke sessions of the Cubs, and you got Pablo Lopez on the mound who's been pretty lights out. So sitting at plus money feels a little too easy of a stab for me. I think the Dodgers bets gets Pablo Lopez a little bit, and they light him up, and Noah Syndergaard does just enough. I don't think he's going to go out there and pitch lights out, but does match up decently against the Twins lineup, and I think the Dodgers bats jump all over Lopez.
Did I hear noise?
Did
you actually randomly text Jovan, Jonathan India out of nowhere when he was already going to gas him up today and take him?
Yeah, because I was recording the podcast with Mikey Overs, and we had to cook up the sneak nuke presented by Prize Picks, of course.
Sure.
And he took Beniers, and I wanted to take Grubauer saves, but couldn't take 2 Kraken players, so I had to get crafty on the diamonds. Saw Seabull was pitching, saw they were in Coors. Said, give me a red, man. Is India on the board? Sure enough, he was on the board. Threw him in.
Sure.
And then I texted Vaughn, I just said the words Jonathan India, no context to it, nothing. And then he sends me back a screenshot of him labbing up this fucking, what do you call it, outline for the show with Jonathan India in it. So I just bombed it.
Yeah. That's right.
It was weird. It was literally like seconds after I finished typing it in. It was odd. But you should take in that game. Off the board.
The catcher?
No, fuck Stevenson. But Jake really.
He's not on there, is he?
Oh, yes.
For a run?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, my. Dude, I'm taking that.
The only reason I was initially going to have him in my head-to-head because of these 2 games, but he's a lefty, and they face 2 lefties like later in the week. So I was going to have him in there. But now I just saw the run prop now. So he's up there just for that.
I don't think that was always up.
Well, no. They added him and Spencer Steer for run props.
That was not up in the last hour.
No, they just added that. But
the late ads.
He's going yard.
Is it a red Robbie?
Probably not. He's been
good.
Yeah, he's been good. It's nukes. Definitely.
I think about when they put those run props up, they try to bait you into thinking he's not going to score, you know?
Well, Coors is different. Coors is different because they put a lot of different guys up for that than like they usually have up. So like you got to look at it a little differently. But
you got to find guys closer to minus 110.
Yeah.
In that park. So they're not going to put up. Honestly, the fact they had India up is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
that's probably why they took it off. Okay. Trent, what's the ice report, man? How are we feeling?
You're going to the game tonight, Game 7. Impulse bought tickets during Game 6 when it was tied. I was like, "Crack, you're winning this fucking game." And then next day, they doubled in value, so W's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. We take that.
I got like $400 tickets that are now like close to $750 or some shit.
Okay.
But yeah, Kraken ML, doing it again, running it back. Don't have any leans for props. Chat, if anyone was watching closely, was Ottinger at one point 28.5 saves, or was it always 26.5? I need someone to fact check that.
I can do that.
But yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do for props, but it's always a Kraken.
Always a Kraken.
It's a Kraken.
Hey, we like the Kraken as well tonight, Trent. I'm on the under again. I didn't hear no bell. I'm betting every single fucking game. I don't care. Hasn't hit yet, but I'm betting it. All right. But Kraken plus 1.5, that might be the best wager in that game. But you're going right for the ML. You're not messing around.
I wanted to take the ML so bad, and I got scared last game, and it was fucking air. It was air. I might have to run back Kraken, Doy, or 2-piece.
Yeah.
That shit was air.
Honestly.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Trent. Straight up.
Kraken first goal for sure, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That shit continues to print.
That's just free.
That stadium's about to be silent as a fucking church.
Wait, so you guys are confirming it? I swear it was at 28.5 when it first dropped. I can't believe they bumped it 2 shots. That's nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not good.
I do have $50. Shout out Katie, my girlfriend, on the Kraken to win the cup. I placed it at the start of the Avs series.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like plus like 550, plus 5,000.
Okay.
Yeah. 55.
It's got legs.
Got legs.
No.
Yeah. Definitely has legs. My goodness.
She made me place that. So W's.
Good. W. Katie.
What are we thinking today for the squad ride? I didn't mean to fucking barge in on you, but I heard
You're good. We could start crafting. You could stay. You can chill. Whatever works. We're gonna craft this up right now. We need to.
Craft.
Let's do it. Jovan, I mean, I'm down to put that Nats team total in, but I don't want to be biased.
No, you can put it in. Put that in. Put the Red Sox in. Most importantly.
Okay. We'll put Nats team total over in. We'll put the Red Sox ML in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we dare put the Kraken in?
No. Respectfully.
What about the Kraken under? No?
No, absolutely not, Krabs.
Why are the Brewers not a system nuke?
I like the under. You like the under?
Because they should probably be minus 145.
Yeah.
That's why.
The Cardinals are playing real well, even though they're coming off Sunday Night Baseball.
They are. Jack Flaherty's not, though. That's the thing.
And the fact that they're minus 105 with Flaherty on the bump against Peralta. And I know both teams are coming off of sweeps, but the Cardinals are coming off a Mickey Mouse sweep where they just put up a bazillion runs in Fenway Park like every other team does too. So I'm not letting the recency bias of the Cardinals affect my bets in this game. I think the fact that they're minus 105 is nuts, and that means that Flaherty's going to pitch fine. I think we like the under.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jovan, should we put that in?
Yeah, we can put that under in.
Okay. We got Nats team total over. We got the Sox ML. We got Milwaukee St. Louis under. What else, Jovan? Cubs? Trent, you're pitching today, bro. Italian.
Against Framber, man. Come on.
Yeah, dude. Total's up a run.
Yeah, we do a little Cubs plus 1.5.
Cubs plus 1.5.
What do you mean the total's up a run?
Total opened up at 7. It's up to 8.
Yeah.
I'm seeing
with Valdez pitching. And the Cubs have been atrocious recently. They're going to be scoring today. They're scoring today.
Yep.
Plus 1.5. I like it. Okay. One more play. Jovan, you want to put the Dodgers in there, ML?
Do we dare do it?
Do it. Do it.
All right. Jovan, you like it, man? You like Dodgers?
Yeah, I do.
I'm afraid they let Mookie get hot, man.
It did let him get hot.
I said don't do it, and they did it.
Now it's too late.
Screwed up.
Chat, we got 5 plays, 5 winners for the squad ride. We've got Nats team total over. Not back in Patrick Corbin ML. You guys are welcome. We've got Red Sox ML. We've got the Milwaukee St. Louis under. Cubs plus 1.5. And we got the Dodgers on the ML take me home piece.
Chat, you get it, man.
Yeah, chat's going to nuke the Dodgers now. Sure. Sure. Chat, after Trent says it's the Dodgers, that shouldn't mean you guys voted. Okay? Come on.
They were always going to take the Dodgers.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
With those options on the board, yeah, give me the Dodgers.
I'm voting Red Sox. Absolutely.
What do you think G-Unit's on in that game? You think he's on the Dodgers? What do you think?
G-Unit's probably on Twins, honestly.
He might be on the Twins. Somebody check that in chat. How is Mookie hot? Average from 270 to 252. Well, he's hitting nukes. That's all that matters, brother. Don't be a stat nerd.
No, we need him to just get on base more. He's got to
get on base, bro. Get on base.
Yo, SBR in chat, I saw you say that K props are getting hot. You better come through with a K prop, man.
Need a winner.
Riding K props today.
Who do you got?
Tanner Houck.
Again. Nasty.
Red Sox.
Against the Mariners, huh?
Yeah. It's not that nasty.
That's kind of nasty.
It's pretty nasty.
It's not that nasty.
I mean,
oh man,
3. I bet you can guess the 3 I'm already looking at.
Well, Ohtani pitches today, so yeah. Ohtani pitches today. Framber pitches today.
Who else?
There's two more that are just so square.
Freddie Peralta pitches today.
No, not him.
Merrill Kelly? You taking Merrill?
No.
Hunter Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what, Pablo Lopez?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the 4.
Yeah,
Okay.
figures.
They should have. Oh my gosh. All right, bro. Well, hey, you got Surge Stream starting up in 3 minutes. Chat, you guys better stick around.
We'll be seeing.
All right. Trent, Dobbs. Have a good Monday.
Yeah,
All right, peace. Have fun at the game tonight. Most importantly. All right.
There we go.
Jeez. All right, chat. Get those votes up. Hurry up. We got 2 minutes. Get those votes in. Hurry up. Go. Go.
Yeah.
All right, real quick.
There's no parlay rule anymore. We're picking if it ties. So
yeah, we're picking. So don't even try to pull any fast ones, chat.
Yeah.
Don't pull any fast ones. If you guys tie, we're picking. Yep, here come the votes now. Sure. If you guys tie, we're picking. All right. So don't let it tie. We're on to you. All right. And would you look at that Dodgers ML? Sure. Joshy, if you could flash the overlay for the head-to-head lineups real quick, we'll go over those. Real quick. We got about a minute. All right. Chat, here's what we're rolling with for MLB head-to-head lineups this week. Here's what we're rolling with. Okay. I'm going with Yu Darvish this week. Yu Darvish on the bump. He pitches. Who does he pitch against? That son of a gun. Is he going against the Royals on Wednesday? Yep. Royals on Wednesday. I wanted to take Yu Darvish, who's going to be a strikeout machine against the POD Royals on Wednesday this week. I'm going with Anthony Rizzo, who's playing against Toronto to start the week out. He's been one of the hottest hitters in baseball. And I'm backing Cedric Mullins in the outfield. He's heating up. Don't let him get hot. It might be too late. He's my outfielder. Jovan, what do you got?
I got Shane Friday night coming back, bounce back start at home against the Brewers, who struggle against lefties. You got India, who's got a series in Coors and some very favorable pitching matchups. And then Verdugo, who's starting today, also has some very favorable matchups. So I'm riding him out going forward. Those are my 3. And then some people were asking for our best bets that we would have had on the graphic. I got Red Sox money line, Dodgers money line, and Nationals team total. Those are
Dubs. I've got Milwaukee, St. Louis under 8, Seattle, Dallas on the ice under 6, and Rajinski under 2.5 earned runs. I'll learn his name when he pitches a shutout tonight. All right, chat. Squad Ride Dodgers ML. Make sure you guys follow us on Pickett, as always, the best bet tracking app out there. And here's what we're rolling with, MLB head-to-heads. All right, chat. We'll catch you guys on here tomorrow. Same time, same place. We'll be seeing you.
Well.
Peace.